Hello, in this video we're going to talk about using preloaders in Flash movies. Preloaders are basically used just so the user doesn't have to worry about stuttery playback. We're going to load all the assets for our Flash movie during the preload phase, so when it comes time to play back the movie, all the required assets are downloaded locally to their computer, and that's going to pretty much guarantee that they have a clean playback with no interruption. So there's a few methods to do this in Flash. Obviously you can do it programmatically with action scripts, but I found this way to be just as effective, and it's actually really quick and easy to do. With that said, you do have a lot more options when you're doing it programmatically with action scripts, but for most people and most projects this is just fine. So the first thing you want to do is, if you already have a movie scene created, okay, what you want to do is create another scene called Loader, or you can call it whatever you want. To do that, you got to open your scene dialog. If you don't have that, just go to Window, then go to Other Panels and click Scene, and then you can just simply add a scene by clicking this button and calling it Loader. Now on this scene, all I have is 3 layers here. The first layer has my little animated spinny little icon thing here and the word loading, and this flashes just to give an indication that there is in fact content being loaded to the user. On the second layer we have just a simple white box, and that basically covers all the assets that are being loaded in the background. And on this bottom layer here, that's actually what I do is I just drag all the assets from the library into the stage like this. So all my assets I'm literally just dragging in, although I don't have to drag those bitmaps in, you just have to drag the symbols, but you get the idea. So what this is enabling Flash to do is it's going to stay on this frame, okay, until it loads every single asset. That's just the way Flash works. It's not going to jump ahead to the next frame, okay, until it has all the assets loaded. Okay, it's not just going to skip over certain assets and continue on with the movie. That's not how Flash works. So what happens is we're forcing Flash to load in every single asset, audio and all, into this one little frame. You could drag audio in here from your library as well. Now you might want to put a stop audio action script on that so you don't hear any of the audio during that time period, and you can do that by referring to our audio tutorial. Okay, so once we have all our major assets loaded up into our stage and they're hidden behind this little white box, and we have our little animated loading graphic going, then we simply make sure the order is correct in our scene dialog, and Flash is going to take care of the rest. In other words, if this main movie was before the loader, then that's going to play before the actual loading screen, and we don't want that. So just make sure your loader is before main. You can do that just by clicking and dragging. It's really simple. The next thing you want to do is go to Test Movie, and we'll give it a sec because it has lots of assets to load up. We're going to actually stop this, and what we want to do now is go to our download settings and check 56K, because that's pretty much the target you want to work with. I don't think you have to worry about anything lower than that. And then after you have 56K checked, go to Simulate Download, and this gives you a pretty good indication of how long your users or your audience is going to have to wait to download all your assets before they can view your movie. So it's a good way to really gauge, the waiting period for your movie. And as you can see on 56K, it takes quite a bit to load all these assets. And there you have it. It loaded up all the assets, and then Flash begins playing the movie. It's as simple as that. So that in a nutshell is the down and dirty way to make a preloader for your Flash movies, and it'll work just fine for you. So that's it for this tutorial.